What's up, man? Colin here, founder of Wild Foods, and I'm going to talk to you today about this Wild Man Stack that we formulated for myself. I wanted to solve a problem that I was struggling with. Let me show you exactly what that looks like, okay? Midday slump after sleeping 8 to 9 hours. And I've always been a healthy, high-energy guy. This was brutal. You're sitting there getting work done, and then you're like, it's 2 p.m., or I just had my coffee, and I'm literally tired right now. Why am I crashing, okay? 8 to 9 hours of sleep. I've always prioritized sleep. Why the hell do I feel this way? I get home after a long day of work, no energy. My kids want to jump with me, play with me, whatever. I want to hit the gym. It's not what you want to do. You want to come home and be excited and energetic to give your family attention. I was weak in the gym. I've always felt reasonably strong. I'm a leaner, thinner guy, but I've always felt strong in the gym. I've always, you feel strong and you feel weak, and you can tell the difference when you're in that second set and you're just like, what? Like this much weight? And then also general overall stress, inflammation, and I've been battling with some low back pain, something I've been working on for a couple years now. All of these things converge to just make me take this seriously and be like, well, I guess I'm getting older. There's some other factors that I figured out. I think I might have had mold exposure. When I lived in Austin, ironically, I actually didn't go in the sun as much because it was just so hot. Whereas now that I'm in Florida, I'm in the sun quite a bit. So everything I'm about to tell you comes with lifestyle factors. Grounding, earthing, eating a lot of animal-based whole foods, getting outside as much as possible, getting a lot of sunlight. Okay? Now let me show you also what has happened in the past 6 months since we've launched this and since I've been on this. Let's show you first where we're at now. Okay? This is me and the fam. You can kind of get a glimpse in there. I have always been a leaner guy. I mean, I was like 120 in high school when I graduated. And then I would probably say when I was lifting and, getting heavily into fitness in my 20s, probably 155. Right now, I'm actually 193. But it doesn't like look like I'm 193. This is where I'm at now. This was taken a week ago, St. Pete Beach. Now I got to fish up some before pictures, to be honest, but I don't take a lot of pictures. I'm just not good at that. Okay. But instead I'm going to show you my labs, because that's really what matters anyways. I could fake a before picture. It could have been from 10 years ago. Who knows? Right. But labs, well, I guess you could fake labs too, but this is before labs. This is what I got tested about a year ago when I was smack dab in the middle of all this. 608 total testosterone. Now I don't know a ton about the actual numbers, and I'm sure a lot of guys don't, but this is the lower end of the spectrum. You hear all the time about guys like being natural, like 800 to 1,000, whatever, and that's great. Everyone's got different genetics, and if people can do that naturally, that's awesome. Like, great. But we're all at different ends of the spectrum. We all have different environmental things. We have different stress. We have different things, and like the reality is that some of us need some support, right? And that's what I started to feel. Okay, especially since I've always been a healthy guy. I eat whole, real foods, get a lot of sunlight. I exercise. I'm super active all the time, right? I'm not out eating seed oils and drink. I don't drink. I don't smoke. None of that stuff. Okay, so like feeling like this should be higher, and a lot of guys that probably do the same stuff as me probably do have it higher, and that's what I discussed with my doctor. All right, so let's look at now. I got these tests in 10 days ago. It's March 23rd, 2025. I got these tests done March, I think 12th. And like I said, I've been getting sunlight. My exercise routine's actually been slightly less. Like I've dialed it back a bit because I think I was doing too much volume, and I'm getting older, whatever. Okay. This is where we're at after being on the Wild Man Stack for 6 months, and also animal-based diet. I've been doing extra collagen, doing shakes here and there, exercise, sunlight, sprinting on the beach sometimes, like all the things you're supposed to do as a man, you should be doing anyways. Okay. So with that caveat said, 1,053. Just got them collected. See, 312, 25. Now I'm pretty sure these are different lab panels from different companies. So like, sometimes it's not very standardized, but this does say free total, right? And this one before was total, which is including free testosterone 2-3%. Yeah. So those are the labs. That's what they say. How I feel, to me, that's the most important thing. how I feel and look. No afternoon slumps. Plenty of energy at night. Back's been pretty good lately, like working through that. And I've been making progress on some of we think I had mold exposure in Austin a year ago. And in fact, that actually saps testosterone. So that's why I actually felt I probably need to get on this. I think my body was just trying to recover and it was struggling. And so I needed support. Okay. I'm doing these lifestyle factors and I was still able to go from 608 to 1053. The big thing I'll say here. Okay. Now this is part of this lifestyle. This is not a promise that you're going to take one of these and that's going to happen to you. Okay. But if you combine this with sunlight, with going outside as much as possible, with exercise, with eating whole food, animal-based diet, with drinking plenty of water with salt in it, some other things you can do. Get your electrolytes in. Take plenty of magnesium. Magnesium is a big one. I take this and we have our Wild Calm here. Okay. In fact, I think you get one of these. We just redid the offer. It's not in here yet, but you're going to get a free one of these in the intro offer to this, which makes this a freaking no-brainer. Like if you don't try this with 100% respect, money back guarantee, like risk-free, like, nothing I say is going to convince you. Okay. So I would recommend giving it a shot, but you do that, you do this stack and you add in sunlight, whole food diet, cut alcohol, sleep 8 hours a night. I would bet that you're going to see a couple 100-point testosterone increase. It's not a guarantee. It's not a promise. But if I was a gambling man and I had to bet one way or the other, I'd bet minimum of 100, depending on you and biology and whatever, potentially 200 to 300 points. And we see people do this naturally all the time with no support, just exercise and sunlight, and probably a lot of animal-based foods. So nothing I'm saying here is out of norm. Most men should actually be walking around with like a 700 to 1,000 anyways, because they should be exercising regularly, eating animal-based foods, and being outside just like our ancestors did. And that's what we developed this stack to do. We took the best of the animal kingdom and the best of the plant kingdom, and we put them together into this stack that is super, in my opinion, affordable, easy to take, once or twice a day, each time. And it's full of things that are studied to improve male hormones, but general health too. Organs are some of the most, they call them nature's multivitamins, some of the most nutrient-dense animal foods on earth. And so we packed them into a capsule. It's just dried beef organs right there, as if you were eating raw liver. Okay? Wild Man is a stack of minerals and herbals that have extensive research behind for all things male health, not just hormones. Okay? A lot of these things help with just general heart health, brain health, mood, feeling good, sleeping, just everything you can possibly fathom. Okay? Putting these together and combining it with a lifestyle like I talked about. Oh, by the way, and obviously check it out. Check all this out here. Like I don't need to kind of go on and on. You can see these things. You can see all this information and everything, FAQ, whatever, money back guarantee. You get a free bottle of magnesium. Frickin' no-brainer. Okay? If you want to subscribe, you can cancel anytime. And if you do one-time purchase, you want your money back, just send us an email. We'll give you your money back. This is me and my face on the brand, on the business, in the ad. We're not hiding behind, creators or influencers or actors that are paid. Okay? But what I'll leave you with is this. When I recently got my labs done, I am apparently 10 years younger. So maybe you've seen Brian Johnson and his whole I'm the youngest old guy, or I age the slowest or whatever. It's kind of a similar thing. And, it's not like this is just somebody's estimation. So it's kind of made up, but it's still cool to see, because based on the ranges of where your blood panels are and where they could be or should be, whatever, they give you a biological age ranking. I'm turning 40 in a month. This puts me at about 29 years. Now, I think the testosterone has a lot to do with it, because there are 40-year-olds walking around with 1,000 testosterone, but it's in our current age of test depletion in the past 50 years in this country, I don't think that's common anymore. So this felt good to see, and that plus seeing this, that I literally just before we fired up this video, I saw this. They didn't even send me a notification. It was in my function account. I had to go in there and find it. It's in here. Okay. Really cool. thing, by the way. Like, really cool company. So that's the gist of why you should try the Wild Man Stack. Okay? Wild foods in general, what we've been doing for years, and here's a product we haven't even launched yet. You can check that out. We also got a creatine that is launching soon. I've been sourcing products for myself for 10 years because I didn't trust what was in other products. I didn't trust what, like, the random bottle on Amazon, what was in it, whatever. So I wanted to source for myself. I wanted to know what was inside, and then I built a brand around it. And it so happens that millions of people around the world want the same thing. They want transparency. They want quality. They want a commitment to that. And they want to be able to trust the products that they put in their body. And that's the entire Wild thesis. And now here, still 10 years later, I'm doing this. And like when I started, I sourced products that I wanted to use. And just like with this stack, we create a stack for me, for my specific problem as this probably started when I was 36. I would say 35, 36. For the past few years, I've been working on this. So again, this is like not overnight by any means. Okay. But the sunlight, going outside, being near the beach was like a huge thing. And then and then grounding, walking outside a lot, huge. I'd recommend all that. That's what we've been doing for 10 years, and we're still here going. So if there's anything specifically that you want to ask me, just shoot us an email, colin@wildfoods.co. Be happy to help you. And I would highly recommend trying the stack. You're going to feel great. It's very cost effective. You don't have to go to exogenous substances that can be painful, injections, whatever. And listen, nothing against that. Like those things, in fact, I won't even get into it, but I'm not anti those things. Obviously, you're working with a doctor. You track your numbers, see if that makes sense. Everyone's different, but generally, having healthy hormones makes you less susceptible to cancer, heart disease, and just like every bad thing that can happen in the modern environment. And as a man, it makes you less of a man, whatever. And the environment all around you is attacking your manhood, right? So we need help, whether that is the first line defense, in my opinion, first line defense is herbals and minerals and beef organs. Second line defense, if that's not getting you there fully, is these other things that you need to talk to your doctor about. Okay? So nothing here is medical advice. This is my personal experience with this, with receipts to prove it. And if you want to talk to me about this, shoot me an email. I hope you tried it. I think you'll enjoy it. We have 100% money back guarantee, no questions asked. Anything, like if for any reason you're not happy, we'll just give you your money back. Like we're in this for the long run. We want to make happy, healthy men and women, but in this case specifically men. So check it out. And I hope you'll send me a video or a testimonial or picture of how it worked out for you. Get your levels done. I would love to turn you into a case study. I'd love to put you on the website even if that happens. Okay? So again, any questions, let me know. I hope this was helpful to you or at least entertaining. And I'll see you in the welcome email when you purchase your first Wild Man Stack.